If anything is worth doing, do it with all your heart. An idea that is developed and put into action is more important than an idea that exists only as an idea. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Joy follows a pure thought, like a shadow that never leaves. Not by rituals or resolutions, nor by much learning, nor by celibacy, nor even by meditation can you find the supreme, immortal joy of nirvana until you extinguish your self-will. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. It is better to travel well than to arrive. Work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Kindness should become the natural way of life, not the exception. People with opinions just go around bothering each other. The root of suffering is nothing but attachment. Do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts, unguarded. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. If you find no one to support you on the spiritual path, walk alone. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Ambition is like love, impatient both of delays and rivals. Endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. What you are is what you have been. What you will be is what you do now. One moment can change a day. One day can change a life. And one life can change the world. True love is born from understanding. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind. There is no fear for one whose mind is not filled with desires. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Those who cling to perceptions and views wander the world, offending people. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Just as the great ocean has one taste, the taste of salt, so also this teaching and discipline has one taste, the taste of liberation. Hatred is never appeased by hatred in this world. By non-hatred alone is hatred appeased. This is a law eternal. Let all embracing thoughts for all beings be yours. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Understanding is the heartwood of well-spoken words. One who acts on truth is happy in this world and beyond. Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame. Chaos is inherent in all compounded things. Strive on with diligence. Irrigators channel waters, fletchers straighten arrows, carpenters bend wood. The wise master themselves. Radiate boundless love towards the entire world. Do not run after pleasure and neglect the practice of meditation. If you forget the goal of life and get caught in the pleasure of the world, you will come to envy those who put meditation first. Nothing ever exists entirely alone. Everything is in relation to everything else. Your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart to give yourself to it. Should you find a wise critic to point out your faults, follow him as you would a guide to hidden treasure. Drop by drop is the water pot filled. Likewise, the wise man, gathering it little by little, fills himself with good. In separateness lies the world's greatest misery. In compassion lies the world's true strength. Better it is to live one day seeing the rise and fall of things than to live 100 years without ever seeing the rise and fall of things. Just as a mother would protect her child with her life, even so let one cultivate a boundless love towards all beings. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. He who sits alone, sleeps alone, and walks alone, who is strenuous and subdues himself alone, will find delight in the solitude of the forest. Even as a solid rock is unshaken by the wind, so are the wise unshaken by praise or blame. It is a man's own mind, not his enemy or foe, that lures him to evil ways. The tongue is like a sharp knife. It kills without drawing blood. Whatever words we utter should be chosen with care, for people will hear them and be influenced by them for good or ill. Anger will never disappear so long as thoughts of resentment are cherished in the mind. Anger will disappear just as soon as thoughts of resentment are forgotten. Do not overrate what you have received, nor envy others. He who envies others does not obtain peace of mind. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle. Wise people are diligent. Be a lamp for yourself. Be your own refuge. Seek for no other. All things must pass. Strive on diligently. Don't give up. Everything is based on mind, is led by mind, is fashioned by mind. If you speak and act with a polluted mind, suffering will follow, as the wheels of ox cart follow the footsteps of the ox. All tremble at violence, all fear death. Putting oneself in the place of another, one should not kill, nor cause another to kill. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. Doubt separates people. It is a poison that disintegrates friendships and breaks up pleasant relations. It is a thorn that irritates and hurts. It is a sword that kills. There is no fire like passion. There is no shark like hatred. There is no snare like folly, and there is no torrent like greed. The one who has conquered himself is a far greater hero than he who has defeated 1,000 times 1,000 men.